program as to why is this project so important to me, And many of us, we may just want to go back again to our own histories, find our own old parents' houses, their farms, and start doing something about that. We can't all be looking for land. Every generation is looking for land. Sooner or later, we need to come to a stage where one generation is inheriting the property that has been found, developed by the other generation. Then that's why we begin to share and grow your wealth. Generational wealth, as many people call it, generational wealth. And I know because of the selfishness of the modern children, you don't want to get involved in your father's project. You don't want to get involved in your grandfather's project. You have nothing to do with your history. You want to start your own life. You want your own things. Your children also come, they want their own things. But land is not growing. Land is not growing. Sooner or later, all the land will be taken away, and we need to start looking back and say, what did you do with your grandfather's farm? What did you do with your father's farm? Anyway, that's just an introduction of my few weeks of absentia here. I've been in the fields, and I have thorns on my hands and everything else, working hard, sweating a little bit and keeping myself healthy. But today I want us to talk about something that has been bothering me, if not worrying me for some time now. It is this thing of developing your art form, developing your personal opinions, developing your skills, developing your talent, whether it be in religious talents or it be in economic issues or whatever, and how people in life feel after you've developed your skills and your talent, that they are entitled to you when you complete or when you finish your either your studies or your research or your ideas. Then people come around and they want to own you, as it were. And the ownership is a bit abusive, because when people are claiming this ownership over you, they are not even asking for your permission. If you allow them to own that, or they're just imposing themselves and their ideas on you, apparently you are not supposed to grow, you are not supposed to expand, you are not supposed to become anything else apart from what they think that you must be, and then they own you. And this particular habit is very rife in the church spaces, for example. I feel sorry for many beautiful, talented artists who are sitting in churches, for example. They can sing beautifully. But apparently once you can sing, and you can sing for the Lord, you're not allowed to sing for anybody else. You're not allowed to perform and play your music outside of what might be called the church fraternities. And then the brothers start calling you names. You are now dancing with the devil. You are now a sellout. You are now this and that, because we own you as a church. Your voice belongs to us as a church. Your talents belong to us. So we have many brilliant musicians whose music will not grow beyond the church walls, because the church claims their intellectual properties. The church claims their talents. And the church claims their gifts, and they claim these things, and sometimes it's even sad. They don't even pay for you to make a living out of your own talents. And when you begin to practice your skills outside of the peripherals of the organization, then people get ballistic and they get confused and they start fighting you and cursing and swearing at you, and they want to use the doctrines as a way of controlling you. Hey, your gifts and your talents must open up doors for you. Must open up doors for you. So whatever skills that you have, it will be very sad when you take those skills and you lock them away within denominational or political corners. And while I'm saying that also, it also happens at a national level. And you find an artist, and I've done the music work for some time. I've signed some contracts with Gallo for 5 years actually. I've performed with some of the most prolific groups in South Africa and beyond, and I've done my own fair share of music. I do that for my own sanity, but I actually have a flourishing career in the music space. I write music for movies and other things. But while you're on that, you come back and say, When I was doing music, we were also not just doing music, we also be able to design jingles and adverts and brand music. So you could be asked by an organization to write music or to perform music in a certain way, or you're asked to come to a function and then they book you as a musician and they say, we want you to play the 1980s or the 1970s, we want Sophia Town kind of a groove. Then we would practice our saxophones and our horns, and we do the Miriam Makeba, swing side to side, pata pata and kind of things, and then we make money out of that. But immediately make money out of that, then the church folk will become a bit funny. So why are you doing that? You're not supposed to do that. You're not supposed to play music. Worse still, when these paying gigs would happen on a Friday or on a Saturday or on a Sunday when you're supposed to be in church, then all hell breaks loose that you are choosing the devil above the church. And on a political line, then when you're doing all these jingles and all this music, that's how a musician makes money, from music itself. But the church then sits on you and says, you can't work outside of the organization. And I've seen some stuff going around here. I saw my brother here struggling the other day, Jah Praiser, who played some music for political party here. The whole political environment became very contaminated because some members who are supporting that party, some who are supporting that party are beginning to say, when you sing music for that party, then it means that you are this and you are that, you are this or you are that. Hey, the musician is a musician. He gets paid for doing what he is doing, and he'll decide whether he wants to do it or he does not want to do it. You don't own his talent. You don't own his gifts. You don't need to insult the man. The man has to make bread for his table. The man has to do things that pay the bills. This thing sometimes of politics and religion does not pay the bills. Man has to do things using his own gifts and talents and go out there so that he can develop a wealth base for himself. Now people run around the media space and fight you, and I think this is wrong, good people. Sometimes we need to understand you can be a doctor, a Muslim doctor for that matter. You will be able to treat Christian teeth. You can be a Christian mechanic. You'll be fixing Muslim cars. You can be a Buddhist teacher. You'll be teaching cultural Christian Muslim kids. And it's no problem for you in your careers that you can be making money using your skill. You can be a bookkeeper, and you're bookkeeping for thieves, criminals, Christians, pagans, atheists. They'll bring the books to you and you do the books for them. So why do you think that musicians don't have the same freedom like you do? If you are a bookkeeper and an opposition party member comes and he wants you to do their books for them as an accountant professionally, will you not take them as a client? If you are a doctor of a political party and another member of another political party comes in as a patient, will you not treat them? Why is it that when it comes to musicians and ministers of the gospel, your voice is not allowed to walk out of the church, to walk out of the caste that you put us in? I mean, when you come from his college and you're a mechanic, you're allowed to open up a garage and run your own garage. You're trained to be a cook. You can open up your own place and open up your own food outlet. No problem. You are learning how to making some clothes. You come back and you make your own place that is making your own clothes. But hell no, when you come back from college as a pastor, you are not allowed to open your own church. You must stay here with us in the main church. This is all that heaven is all about. And if you get out of here, you are going to go to hell and stuff like that. And we forget that even some of these churches were also formed by breakaways, people who broke away from their own churches. These are things we must think about as Africans. Then we can stop abusing each other. Stop abusing each other as Africans. All of us who have gifts and who have talents in various spaces of their expertise, we must not bother them, give them space to practice, to use their talents, to convert their talents into talent, time, into treasure. Those are the 3 T's. Your time, your talent, if you put them together nicely, you're able to create treasure out of them. Therefore, stop abusing musicians and religious people who are trained and qualified, in whatever way they are qualified, when they want to practice their own skills in what they now know how to do. No other man, no other woman out there should walk up to another African child and force them to be what they want them to be, as if you own people. You are the only one who has the right of telling people how they should begin to make their own money. And I think I just felt that was a bit bad. I felt bad for the young man, and you can almost not move away to go and sing in a wedding, or sing in a stadium, or sing in a political campaign, or sing at a party, or sing somewhere else, because wow, if once you do that, the demons are going to what, and God is going to take away your talent. It's a bit abusive. Let us not do that. It's nice for people, those who are skilled and talented in whatever fraternity that they are in. Take your talents, spread them around as much as you can, make as much money as you can. Remember to give back into the community. But those who are working with us, please don't make it difficult for us to fully express ourselves within the communities in which we are living, because we're being controlled by religious and political figureheads. Yeah, that was my comment for today. Every person is free to practice their skills to the best of their abilities and to the clientele that they want to serve.